Welcome back to Pick Jimi. You could call me DJ, and hello to the bushel of bad apples. Want to join the bushel? You hit the subscribe button down below to join this fabulously flawed family. And today, we're taking a look at a Liga Zebra. That's what it's called, right? The Liga Zebra by American Viking Cigars, also known as Timmy Boy over at Cigars Daily. I've actually reviewed several of his cigars on this channel. I'll probably make a little playlist and put it in the link in the description. So far, everything I've smoked by American Viking has been phenomenal, especially the Filthy Viking in particularly. I smoked it in my back porch last year when I was unemployed, just like hanging out with my girls. It was a phenomenal cigar. So Liga Zebra is a barber pole cigar. If you're new to cigars, that means instead of having one wrapper, there is two, and it gives this barber pole striped effect. They're one of my favorite types of cigars. I'm gonna take my knife here by La Filam, and instead of a guillotine, we're just gonna run the knife around the cap of this cigar, which is actually my favorite way to cut open a cigar because it is the least destructive way to cut open a cigar. You just slice where they glued the cap on, easy peasy lemon squeezy. If it's got a closed foot, in my opinion, you light right away. A closed foot cigar is kind of like a cigar that gives you a handshake, in the sense that right there with flavor, right out the jump, here's what my wrapper is supposed to taste like. And that's kind of what I really like about closed foot cigars, because it gives you that burst of flavor in the very beginning. It's kind of like the beginning song at the beginning of a musical. It sets the tone. Fantastic. This is a very bready, peanutty cigar, which I find is a common trait among barber poles, at least the many I've smoked. You get a peanutty flavor with them, which is really, really nice. This is a very creamy, peanut-y flavor, not necessarily peanut butter, but peanutty and creamy. So like, And it's a lightly sweet cigar with some really solid cedar to it. Loads of peanuts. Peanuts, bread, cedar, a little bit of that, like, and I don't know, I'll say this in a negative way, it's going to be a negative flavor. Dusty cardboard. You know that if you're working with a lot of cardboard and it's been sitting and you get that cardboard smell, a little bit of that on the finish is just reminding me of that whilst you puff on it. And it's not a bad way. It's not like a ew cardboard. It's just like, hey, cardboard. You know what I mean? If you don't work with a lot of cardboard, you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you've been around, if you cut a bunch of Amazon boxes down, you know that very distinct cardboard smell. That's in here, but it's not bad. It's just like a, hey, it popped in my brain, so I said it. The predominant note is creamy, salty peanut. All right, and we are careful to not drop this ash right here now with the Liga Zebra by American Viking Cigars. A little bit of a curve to the ash, but I heard it's a good thing. It's a good thing if it curves up a little bit. And we ashed on ourselves. The cigar was dry enough that when I puffed on the cigar, the band slid, and now there's ash on my pants. Anyway, the cigar is pretty much the same exact profile. Creaminess, earthiness to it. The Honduran, I'll give you the breakout in a second. A lot of Honduran earth flavor to this. Not necessarily in a bad way, but it's definitely there, especially now that we've gotten into the cigar. But there's an earthiness to it, a creaminess to it, a nuttiness to it, and just a metric ton of creamy cedar. Creamy cedar is the predominant note, and then everything else is mixed in, and peanut. Great cigar overall. Really enjoying it. let's get back to where I was. So the binder, sorry. So it's a barber pole wrapper, and that is made up between a Connecticut and a Maduro. I assume they're both Ecuadorian, but I don't know for sure. But it's an Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper, I know that much, and then a Maduro wrapper. The binder is Honduran, and the filler is Dominican and Honduran as well. Country of origin is Nicaragua, and it's by American Viking Cigars. Medium to mild is what they say. I agree. I'd be like a medium minus instead of a medium plus. It's a medium minus cigar. Really kind of edging its way towards the mellow side of life, but still being medium bodied, very chill, low strength, medium strength actually, medium strength. There's enough Honduran in this cigar that if you smoked it on an empty stomach, you would feel it for sure. There's just a lot of that Honduran tobacco in it. I don't know. Let me rephrase. I don't know how much Honduran tobacco is in it, but it feels like there's a lot on the palate. Very rich, creamy, Honduran, earthy, that Honduran, the good kind. So you could have Honduran tobacco in a cigar, and it's either going to be really kind of salty and ruin the experience, or it's going to be this earthy, slightly salty, hints of chocolate, very hints, not enough there to even say there's chocolate on the palate, but it's going to be that rich, robust soil of Honduran tobacco, which I enjoy, or it can be really metallic and just so much metal in it. That's kind of the spectrum I get with Honduran tobacco. It's like a yes or a no, or rather a yes or a no. I had the good side here earlier. So it's kind of like that, but it's the good kind of Honduran tobacco, and it's heavy. The Honduran tobacco specifically can be kind of heavy. This cigar is not heavy, but that kind of flavor profile can be, and it can be really weighing on you. So like I said, if you didn't eat something, it might feel like a more fuller body experience. But if you go into the cigar knowing what's in the cigar, you can kind of prepare for it. It's not a full-bodied cigar. It's a medium-bodied cigar, medium towards mild at this, like that end. Anyway, point is, if you want a really good peanutty, creamy, cedar, earthy cigar, a great barber pole. Unless this thing absolutely craps on itself, Liga Zebra is great. I'm very grateful and thankful that this was sent into the channel, just because it was sent in, I feel more pressure to review it. Whereas if I would have just picked it up, it may have just sat for a while. So this is great. It's a great experience. Like I've said, Tim over at Cigars Daily, you know, I'm not a huge fan of his content himself, but I respect the fact that the dude is probably the best marketer in the cigar space. He's very good at it, and the fact that his product is good makes it that much better. So big props to Tim over at Cigars Daily. Big props to American Viking Cigars. I have yet to have one that I didn't love. Not it's okay. No, it's a good cigar. They've all been good cigars that I've been like happy enough to say, hey, this is a good cigar. Absolutely is. This is as well. The Filthy Viking I will need to buy and review, because that is worth talking about. I think that's his best cigar in the line that I've had so far. I think I've had most of it. Like most of the line at this point, to my knowledge. I may be wrong, but Liga Zebra's great. Gonna keep puffing it down. I'll tell you how it gets to at the end. The Honduran is taking over, which I'm not super thrilled with. Right before the end of the last take, I got a burst of like honey roasted peanuts, and I was hoping that was gonna take over the flavor profile. But unfortunately, peanuts is starting to take a back seat, and the earthiness is there, and it's becoming more present in the actual profile of the cigar. But it's creamy. It has flavor. It's not metallic. I can't think of what is that word. Keelan should have not just, he didn't say metallic though, right? He said mineral earth. That's it. You can have really shitty mineral earth tobacco from Honduras, and this is not that. This is the really tasty, but like it's so specific. You know it when you taste it. Like when you get really good jalapa tobacco inside of a cigar and there's an abundance of it, that same sweetness, that same level of distinct flavor, but the good kind of Honduran is what I'm trying to say. Excuse you. So we're here now. The cigar went out, so I'm going to light it real quickly. which I probably could have done beforehand. It's getting really Honduran at the end here, which I'm not a super big fan of at all. But, you know, could be worse. I was hoping that the Connecticut would come back, but the Maduro and the Honduran tobaccos are really taking over at this point. Every now and then there's a really good burst of nuttiness to it. So still, DJ Metrics, yes, I would smoke it again. Yes, I would gift it to a friend. This is a great cigar. It's sub $10. I'm going to make a video this year, hopefully tomorrow morning, 10 cigars under $10. I think I've done it before, but I'm updating it for 2025 because pricing, whoo, everything's getting expensive. There's a cigar that I used to love, and it's still probably a great cigar, but it's the Aganorsa X Nicalibri, the blue one. It's the Nicalibri cigar with the Aganorsa, whatever, holding tobacco or whatever it is. I can't remember, but with the blue band, the Corojo. That was magic. It was a magical cigar for how good it was. It probably is still good, but one of the reasons it was so good, when I reviewed it like 3 years ago, it was $5 for the Toro, I think. And I went to CI with A Perf last weekend, and we were looking at it, and I'm like, that is a $9.50 cigar now. I think it was maybe $6 for the Toro back then, but still, it increased by 50% in price in 3 years, which is just the state of the industry and the state of the world, which sucks. But I'm going to do another one because people have been asking for me to update it. Like, I'll do a 10 cigars under $10 video. Hopefully it helps some people out to find some really great options, because there's this stupid notion in the world, especially of the cigar community, that it has to be at least $20 to be a good cigar now, which is wild. Absolutely wild. So anyway, I'm going to do that video. Hopefully it does well. Hope you guys enjoy it. But this right here, this Liga Zebra, would fit on it because it's sub $10. And for a sub $10 stick, it's phenomenal for what it is. Like, this competes with a lot of great cigars. So does the Filthy Viking. Like, there's so many good brands out there that produce great cigars that don't absolutely murder your wallet. So anyway, Liga Zebra. If you like Honduran tobacco at all, you're going to enjoy this thing. If you like peanutty cigars, if you like barber poles, this is a great, great barber pole. One thing with barber poles is because there are two wrappers intertwined, sometimes they can have burn issues. Nada. This thing burnt like a champ. I didn't have to touch it up at all. This is a great cigar. Hats off, literally, to you, Tim, over at Cigars Daily. Not that you probably care, but great cigar, sir. I really enjoy it. I'm going to keep enjoying more of these. I probably buy a Filthy Viking just to review it. Great sticks, man. There's so many good options out there that just people, they don't give enough time to, because here's why. If I post this on Instagram, it's not like, ooh, that's a cool brand everyone knows. Yeah, but it's a freaking zebra in a top hat. Dope. Anyway, appreciate you guys greatly. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, all those YouTuber things. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a wonderful day, a wonderful year. I hope 2025 is treating you right. Hope you all have a wonderful day. PJ, DJ, peace.
Let the good times flow, let the conversation grow. Pick Jimmy's got the hottest takes to show. From the lounge to the mic, we talk it all. Big cigars, high stakes, we're standing tall.